In this video, I've tried to conquer all of my neighbors and reform Persia. Would I do it, or would I be stopped by multiple major powers? Watch the video to see. Welcome back to my channel. The menu's in a bit of a different place, but it's okay, and I think it's because this mod that I'm playing today is a bit out of date. And I don't know if you can tell what country this mod is made for. I'll give you a hint. It might be Iran. So yeah, we'll be playing as Iran today. We'll keep historical AI on, but we will turn Iron Man mode off because this mod is outdated and you never know with mods. Alright, so here we are in Iran. We have ourselves 19 divisions. They're actually pretty nicely trained up. They're all regulars, just a few are even seasoned. We have a ton of decisions over here. I'm not really sure. I'll have to read through these and see what these do. I guess in this one we manage our people, so yeah, minus 50 opinion, a riot risk, but luckily this mod is in beta, so they don't know what happens for riots yet, so that's good. Yeah, we do have a pretty big focus tree today, but don't be fooled because this path is not available, along with this path, all of these paths over here, so really we're just left with this little bit of content right here. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I guess we'll get started with Dolat Jam. I would like to say I don't know Iranian or Persian pronunciations very well, so I would like to apologize in advance. And I guess I'll start building civs. Why not? Well, we already have issues, and everyone hates us. Now, I would like to say I am playing this mod because I do not have the Graveyard of Empires DLC here, and, you know, I don't know if I want to get that one. It's not rated too high on the workshop, so that's why I decided to just go with this mod today. Alright, we'll do this one. We'll modify our inefficient industry. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, our industry right now, yeah, we can't build rails. That's one of my favorite things to do. And we have this terrible 1933 agreement where the UK has our oil rights, and they're also handing us minus 0.2% stability every week, so that's great. Well, let's do this Hermand contract, see if Afghanistan will like us. Please, Afghanistan, we need a friend. Nice, Afghanistan signed the treaty, and they did read the terms and conditions. Now we've just gotten an event here, the King's Era. And yeah, it looks like we're continuing on with our rule here. That auto-completed this focus. We can either do a royal constitution government, where it looks like we're going to be more democratic, or a more non-aligned one. And with this one, we can also get rule of son, where I believe probably this man's son will take over. And you know what? He's pretty old. Let's get his son involved. So let's do the royal constitution government. Alright, rule of son done. We have a historic decision. So our Shah no longer feels capable of managing the country, and his young son is now in charge for Iran. And there we go, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi is now in charge. And now our next big decision, do we kickstart the White Revolution or do our ancient Iran wish? So I believe this is more, yeah, we're going to create a faction in this one, and this is more conquest. I want more conquest. We're going to do our ancient Iran wish. Alright, now with our path set, let's do a little industrializing. Do modernization of the homeland, and we'll start to do a few of these focuses here, get some factories, and start building up. And just as our focus has completed, we've gotten an invitation to the Anti-Comintern Pact. I think I will join this for historical purposes. Let's grab a research slot and maybe a research bonus for electronics. 10% chance, let's roll the dice. We have ourselves a proposition from Turkey, the Sadabad Pact. We can sign it and get a non-aggression pact with them, or we grab some more support. Down here we do get a war goal on them, so I don't think we will sign this pact of friendship. Unfortunately, we are not kin Turkey. We do not know you. Alright, did we get our bonus? No. Alright, looks like with this focus here, we get a bunch of decisions to develop up our nation. Let's do it. Alright, all these decisions now have popped up on the map. You can grab, looks like a few civs here, another civ here, and a dam. So yeah, we can do some nice stuff. I'm going to industrialize this country very nicely. Also time we clear the army. Just don't look at what happens to all these people. These seem like some pretty cool focuses, so I'm going to head down these few focuses here. We can get Persian Immortals. They sound really cool. Let's do these. Japan is going for an interesting strategy here in China. We'll see how that works out for them. Well, let's get these decisions unlocked and see if these Persian Immortals are any good. Oh man, that is so cool. Let's see. Alright, so here are the decisions. It looks like, yeah, we do have to be at war to activate them or complete certain focuses, which, yes, these are these focuses here. Okay. So I guess, you know, the decisions aren't that good. I think since I started my channel, the nation that people suggested most was actually Iran. So I decided, yes, let's finally give Iran a go and see how it works out for us. Hopefully we're in for a good game here today. Well, it's best to modernize our army early because we don't want to be fighting with these very bad debuffs. And this focus here gives us an agency for free. Don't mind if I do. Well, it is 1939, so let's get to the more conquering parts of this now. Let's do imperial lands, and then we're going to demand the Arab world. We have 19 divisions, but trust me, they are 19 of the best divisions on the planet. Look at them. Alright, there we go. Imperial lands focus done. And oh, looks like we got war goals on Iraq and Afghanistan. Don't know if I want to declare these because I'm assuming they have, well, yeah, a decent enough amount of troops. Actually, Iraq doesn't. Maybe I will go after Iraq. Now we can do demand the Arab world. Or it looks like we demand a lot of these territories over here in the Middle East. Let's do that as well. I'll even improve relations with all of these little powers here. Alright, you know what? Let's do this. They only have 2 units on the border. Let's just declare this. Not let them have any time to sort of prepare themselves. Alright, so let's see how much land we can sort of gobble up here before they reinforce. Yeah, they have reinforced here just a bit, but maybe with a little bit of luck and superior human knowledge, we can actually push them out. Alright, I hope our very good invasion of Afghanistan is scaring the rest of these guys into giving their territory to us, so let's see what they say. Well, I did not get an event or anything, but from our country being here and here, it seems that Syria and the Saudi Arabians actually accepted our demands, for whatever reason. We're still unable to push into Afghanistan here. This is going to be brutal. What am I doing? I haven't even fixed my industry fully. No wonder this is going so rough in Afghanistan. Let's do National Railway and finally, eventually, remove our inefficient industry after a year from 70 days. Alright, the extra supplies button could be coming in clutch right now. Please. It would be very useful if it didn't last for such a short period of time, because it does take us a while to move into these tiles anyways. Come on, extra supplies. Yes, okay, there we go. We have 3 divisions trapped. This supply hub right here that I've constructed, trust me, will turn the tide of this conflict. There's 4 divisions encircled right there. Perfect. And we're moving our way on into Kabul. And finally, Afghanistan's capitulated. We'll just take all the land because we need all the land. Perfect. Alright, and we'll get started. We'll move our troops over to Iraq. Alright, I think we're ready. Now, because we have these lands here, Iraq has a ton of troops lined up on this border, so their main border is very open, so let's just declare this right away. And Baghdad is already in our hands. And that was a very quick capitulation of Iraq. We now have a pretty big name on the map. You love to see it. Yes, the Axis is doing actually very well here in the Middle East. I'm training up a few troops. Hopefully we can take advantage of this somehow. They're even pushing down here into Egypt, and all of these guys are cut off. But they should get themselves a pretty nice encirclement here. My plan is, okay, now that this focus is done, let's go over here and hit the Join Axis button. And we'll improve relations with Germany just to make sure that they accept. Instead of declaring on the UK right now, I think I'm going to declare on the Lebanese Republic, and they are a puppet of Vichy France, so Vichy France will join the war on the side of the Allies, but since we're in the Axis, this guarantee by Germany will mean nothing, and we can take some more of our claimed land. Alright, join Axis focus done. It looks like we're already in the Axis. Okay, we're in the Axis even though treaty rejected. Alright, what are they on about? Vichy France actually has a lot of troops lined up on this border because we do have this war goal ready. Oh, they're moving them away because, yes, now they have to defend everything else. So we're just about ready to join this war, and hopefully the Italians will be nice and give us our claimed lands here in the Middle East when we go to war with the Allies. But right now, we still need a lot more troops before we even think about joining that. And you know what? To our new ally, Germany, we're going to give them oil in Isfahan. We're going to remove it from the British. Get rid of this minus 0.2% weekly stability, and we'll even get 2 off-map civs for our troubles. This seems like a good deal because there is only 17 oil here in Isfahan, and we'll get the 59 oil from the UK and 14 here from the UK, as well as we can core Iraq for all of their juicy oil, so I'm not too concerned about giving away this 17 oil to the Germans. Alright, let's declare this war on Lebanon. Hopefully, since they're the Brown Party and we're not at war with the Allies, that they don't join the Allies. I'm not going to call in Germany or Italy just yet in that case, so let's declare this war. There we go, we got all the nice juicy Lebanese equipment. And we have another one of our claims. Very nice. Somebody say nuclear weaponry? I hope somebody did, because we're taking advantage of Germany's nuclear program, and we have ourselves a nuclear research facility. And there, we just have a research slot freed up. I know exactly what that's going on to. Now, we can declare Greater Iran, and we get cores on all of our controlled claimed states. Now, I think that includes most of the lands we've already conquered, so there's reasons to do and not do it, because we're not going to be able to fully recreate the Persian Empire for a while, and that's because we actually need Italian lands here in North Africa, so we'll have to take out the Axis or get that off of them at some point. So it's really a decision of when do I want to do this. I think I'll hold off on doing it for just a bit longer. It would be nice to have all those factories and manpower, but we're okay without them for right now, so we're going to see how long we can go before it's utterly necessary that we get these as cores. Alright, this is going to be actually very massive. Let's get a non-aggression pact with the Soviet Union. I have a spy doing diplomatic pressure, and we improve relations enough that we could get this non-aggression pact done, so I'm really hoping that they still don't somehow get this event and declare on us here in the north. We do have a lot of territory to worry about. So with that secured, I'm going to start moving my troops and setting some up to hold this border here, and of course push back into Egypt and push them out of the Middle East fully. I think the time is ready for us to declare. The Italians have a nice pocket here of the British, so I can move my troops in onto them. Don't really have trains or convoys, but we have numbers and they don't. Even here on the British border, they're leaving a supply hub open. So let's declare on the UK, British Raj, and Kuwait, and right away we'll move our troops right into these tiles. Oh, and even the Germans are up here in our territory. Thankfully, I forgot this was a border here. Of course, here come the naval invasions. I should have known. There we go, we've got Kuwait. You know what? A pretty successful first little invasion here into the Allied lands of the Middle East. Barbarossa has begun, so the Germans have moved a lot of troops back, so I'm going to need to be responsible for a lot of my own defense. Making some major strides here. We just took out 2 divisions, and now we have 6 more in this port. Well, the Soviets are justifying on us, but we still do have that non-aggression pact, so we would have a few months before they would be able to declare on us, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, okay, April 42, so we have about 4 months to get ready for war with the Soviets. Honestly, right now, our front is mostly secure with the Allies, so it wouldn't be too bad. It is a pretty big border, so I'm gonna have to train up some troops with my very limited stockpile of equipment. If I can push the Allies, out of all this area, then maybe, just maybe, we'll have enough troops for the Soviets. Well, here it is, pressure from the Soviet Union. We can either become a Soviet puppet, or let them come. Yes, let them come. Let's see what happens with this. Well, it is April 42, and I just checked. The Soviets actually don't have a war goal on us, so that's very nice. Because I had my troops over here, just in case. I didn't realize I was getting this close to the time, but I do need to finish off India here, and I'm actually rolling through very nicely. It's just over here where they have a ton of troops stacked up, and I'm out of supply here that I can't really push. Well, we actually capitulated India. I didn't think they'd capitulate that quickly. We hadn't even moved into any of this east yet, as you can see, nor did we even fully take the south. Alright, here we are. Mountaineer divisions are out. I started making these a while ago to try to break this stalemate. They are good divisions with, yes, lots of Saudi artillery in them because I'm out of artillery. And these Mountaineers, they are our immortal divisions. We'll give them this cool axe icon. Sure, why not? There we are. So these are going to be our elite divisions. Should probably give them some support companies too, now that I'm thinking about it. There we go. Now these are truly our immortals. These are truly our elite divisions. Mr. Mustache Man, you might want to redeploy some of these divisions from way up here, where you're stacking like 8 to 9 divisions per tile, down to here, where you have 1 to 3, and the Soviets are doing a massive breakthrough right now. Look, you could cut these 2 tiles right here and cut off this whole Soviet army. Come on, Mr. Mustache Man, do something. There we go. The Mountaineers did nice work here in Oman, and we capitulated them. Get them over here now, and we'll officially push the Allies out of this whole land of Arabia, except for Manamana. Hey, remember that clip? Well, actually, it looks like the Mustache Man did it. He encircled all of these Soviets here. I was too busy pushing this out to look over here, but yeah, he actually did. Yeah, they don't have much left on this front, so we could join in this war against the Soviets. Maybe that's what we'll do before going in to Turkey. Our options are open. And yeah, Italy still won't give us this land. They think we haven't done enough. It's an unfair share of occupied territory. You know what, Italy? I don't think... Okay, wait, actually, what? Okay, I was gonna say, I don't think you've done enough, Italy, but they somehow have more war score against the Allies than the Germans do. So you know what? You can keep this land, Italy, but we'll be back for it. They have been surprisingly good this game. They pushed out of North Africa and into the Middle East without us. Okay, but yeah, okay, Greece is still alive, so you win some, you lose some. Well, yeah, remember when I was just saying how good Italy was being this game? Now they've got naval invaded by the US and the UK at the same time, and they have nothing here. They might actually just capitulate Italy. do still have a war goal on Yemen, so we'll move our mountaineers onto there next. Yemen, do you think guarantees from British Burma, the Dominion of India, Belgium, and the UK are going to stop me? If you did, you thought wrong. Let's move in. And that was very quick. Thank you for the guns. I just got the Fall of Moscow event. Yep, the Germans have moved into Moscow. Italy is, yeah, still collapsing, but looks like maybe they've stabilized a little bit. And we are just about ready to join this conflict against the Soviets, I think. Yeah, look, their lines are very thin. Ours are strong. Let's just give this a go, eh? Alright, let's accept this call to arms from the Germans. Should have drawn this offensive line already, but boom. Yes, we are now at war with the Soviet Union. Let's move on in and circle as many divisions as we can, get as much war score as we can, and yeah, just do some work here. Well, a massive naval invasion of North Africa has occurred. At least we're getting control of this land, which we have claims on. So I think after the focus I'm doing, I probably will make these all our cores because we need the manpower and we would really need the factories because we are quite a bit down on guns. Oh, and look at Italy, not holding out too well anymore. Mussolini is gone, replaced by a table. Now, for whatever reason, this happened so long ago, but Vichy France joined the Allies and they never joined the war against the rest of the Axis. It's sort of strange, but it's fine. It just kind of distracts the Germans a little bit. Man, I must be the king of jinxes because Vichy just joined the war against the Axis. First off was the jinx of the Soviets here, second was the jinx of Italy, and third was the jinx of Vichy. Well, let's do a quick casualties check. We've taken 391,000 casualties, 151,000 to the UK. How many have we inflicted though? 774,000. Very well. 57,000 to India. We've inflicted 500,000, over 500,000. Yeah, their border is pretty open. I've barely been pushing because of, yeah, supply issues, but we can get a few encirclements here. I mean, look at this. They have 11 divisions in one tile. Are they stupid? Hold on a second. Yeah, so as I was saying, the Soviet lines are pretty thin. They're thinning out, that's for sure, and we are continuously pushing into the Soviet Union. So eventually we should be able to get a capitulation on them, hopefully before the Axis completely collapses here. We are out of guns. Look at this. As you can see by our minus 57,000 for garrison reinforcement, I know a simple way to get rid of garrisons, and that is to simply core all the lands we're occupying. So let's just declare Greater Iran at this point. Turkey just joined the Allies. Why? Why did they join the Allies? That's very worrying. But the Soviet encirclement... Okay, you know what? No, I can't put it on hold. I have to do it. But yeah, that's very worrying. I guess we'll get our 11 mountaineers on this big border, and hopefully we can just hold them for now. They're gonna definitely push if they do join the conflict. Yeah, I was not expecting that. Oh, someone capitulated. Lebanon capitulated. Oh, we're not gonna be able to get this land either. Well, at least I can take their screening ships. Signed a white peace, and they've just joined the Allies again. I mean, I don't know what the point of that was, or why that even happened, but it did. So great, Turkey's now at war with us. Okay, we gotta hurry this up. I guess then, in that time, I'm gonna stop declaring Greater Iran. I'll do the march into Anatolia, get our claims first, since we're at war with them anyway. Well, let's push into Turkey then. Alright, there we go. We've gotten our claims. What do we get claims on? Alright, I wonder if we can get this done in 50 days. Let's see if we can. Well, there we go. Turkey has capitulated. That only took us, what, 22 days to capitulate Turkey from that point. Let's just see how much manpower and how many factories we get. Alright, focus done. Up to 203 factories. And there, only 86,000, that's it. That's all the manpower we got, seriously. I'm a bit shocked at that. I don't think that's right. And the beginning of the Persian Empire. We will be now known as the Persian Empire. Let's do it. Oh, and there we go. Our manpower must have updated because now we have 5 million. There we go. We are now the Persian Empire. Look at that. Very beautiful. And the last focus here, Emperor. Oh, my game just froze. My game is so frozen, yep, and that's the Soviets gone. Alright, ended up with 18% of the war score, so let's expand the borders a little bit. Alright, there we go, the Treaty of Moscow, and we have expanded the borders of the Persian Empire very nicely. This is a very successful Persian Empire, if I do say so myself. I'm going to leave it off here. For the culture, though, I'm going to use the console and give myself the lands needed to recreate the Persian Empire just to see if it gives me anything else after that, so I'll be right back. Alright, there we go. Thank you, Mr. Console. We can now recreate the Persian Empire. Let's click the button, and we have a beautiful yellow color, and another new flag. We get an event, yes, the Rise of Persia. You know what, I think we deserve that. If you've watched this far, please consider leaving a like or subscribing. It would mean a lot to me. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.